Alright, Miles, there's no reason to be nervous. I know you got a big movie out. You got shirts in Walmart with your full first and last name on them, so that might be an issue, but you're very popular. But most importantly, you got your own model colorway of Jordan 1s. That shit's gonna stand the test of time. So you know what, just loosen up. This is like your reintroduction to the comic book world, brand new series, new creative team, new direction, possibly my new favorite book, who knows, but just get loose. You don't have to look so stiff, you know, it's your cover. It's, you know what, it's, do you look tough? You look like you're trying to look tough. You know what, Miles, here's what we'll do. We'll put you on, like, next to a black background. We'll have a lot of green. It'll be very distracting. And this is fine. This is a fine, it's fine. Well, you know, we'll try. We'll try a little bit harder for issue 2. I understand you're a little bit nervous. I assume you're just straight up a millionaire right now and the shit's new. Not even wearing your Jordan 1 seems weird. So, yep. This issue, I think it might be the best Miles Morales comic I've ever read, which the sample size is low, like 20 issues or something, but god damn, this was like way better than I expected it to be. Lives up to the fucking hype. So I'm not going to get too into what happens. I mean, if you're on the fence about it, just you know, Lindsey told you to buy it. So that's all you need. So yeah, this cover leaves a lot to be desired. I was like, really? You're just going to stand there? You're a spider person. You're like half contortionist, but you're just going to stand there and look at me? With your chest puffed out like that? Are you challenging me, Miles? I will go to jail. I will beat a preteen. But it's okay. He saves it in the very first page here. Bam! God damn, this does not look like a child. That is a full grown man. He is striking a goddamn pose. And you know what? This is my journal. The Journal of Spider-Man. That comes into play later, but look, he's got his journal here. And I must say, Norcom journals have fucking cornered the market on journals in all of media. It's like you can tell a Norcom journal from 1,000 feet away. It's fantastic branding, and you know, I feel like them teaming up with Miles right now, he's a hot property, good looking out. But you know, he's like, oh yeah, that was cheesy. If anyone ever saw this journal, I'd basically die of embarrassment and probably die IRL too. Now, if you're a frequent watcher of my videos, you're gonna assume I'm gonna make fun of him for saying IRL, using that internet acronyms in real life. But I say IRL in real life. It's been documented. So I can't front on him too hard. So we see this. He's in school. Apparently, the journal is a part of an assignment, which this guy, he definitely looks like he'd be an English teacher. English teachers, you know you gotta look. Don't even front with me. But, he's not really into the whole journal thing, but his friend is like, hey, I had to keep a journal, and I'm kind of into it now. So, and apparently there's a rule that if you are caught peeking at anybody else's journal, then you automatically fail. And if that's the deal, Professor, don't get these cheap-ass 50-cent Norcom journals you can get at why do they sell journals at a gas station? Like, people who are in interstate gas stations, they don't need to be fucking journaling. And if they're doing anything, they have a fucking long haul podcast they got. I mean, what? Maybe you've kidnapped a girl and you're like, you know what, I'd like to reflect on your thoughts after I fucking murder you. Every truck driver is a fucking murderer. But if you wanted to, you know, really be about that secrecy, get those password journals from like the late 90s. Come on, man. You're asking for trouble. And then we get this sort of recap here on old Miles here. He got bit when he was 13. I feel like this Miles is a little bit older. That was always my main issue with Miles. It's like, I can't really get down with a fucking 12-year-old. I know I look 12. But I got the mind of a 14-year-old, and I can't be hanging out with these kids. So he seems to be a little bit older. Stick to walls. He's got the camo. He's got the venom he can spit at people. We get this cool shot. Like, come on, man. Does that shit not make you want to, like, get into, I want to say parkour, but not, just, like, being sticky and writing? Like, doesn't this shit make you want to be a little bit sticky? And then write down your thoughts on the stickiness? I know, right? It's fucking crazy, yeah. So he gets into the journaling. We get into his familial stuff here. You remember that his uncle is the Prowler. He's in the Iron Spider-Man suit. Villain Iron Spider. Yeah, I forgot about that. But the real interesting thing about this is his parents are actually in on it. I read an article by Saladin Ahmed, whoever the writer is. Yeah, Saladin. And that's the only way I can say it. Like Open Sesame. But his parents are actually in on it. The writer wants to have his mom be a more integral part, because it's always focused on the dad, so whatever, respect. Then we see his dad here also is in on, but god damn, these shorts are fucking dangerously short. These are some fucking straight up Larry Bird, Magic Johnson Link type shorts. I just feel like when you're a father and you're rocking shorts like that, what's up with you? What's up with you secrets? But we get into some stuff. Yeah, he's at the school. We see Gank here, or Ganky, I have no idea how to pronounce it, but he looks a little bit more street because he's got high tops. If you got high tops on, that's going to give you a little bit of wiggle room. Like, if you're nerdy as shit, just start rocking some high tops, and then people will look at you different. They'll be like, is this motherfucker cool? I can't assess him. I'm going to have to engage him in conversation, and then it'll all unravel because you are a fucking nerd. But I'm just saying, if you want that, like, couple minutes of are they? Get you some fucking high tops. So his friends, they're all enjoying things, but he's gotta be Spider-Man. With great power there must also come great responsibility. It's something the first Spider-Man used to say to me. Well, I don't know if I have great power. I'm not Captain Marvel or Thor. Quit bringing Captain Marvel into this shit. Come on, man. You know she sucks dick. But I use what I have to be responsible for as much as I can some days. That's enough. Like, the writing in it, like, the main thing I will say is, the dialogue, Miles' dialogue, is actually, why is this, like, not focusing at all? The camera doesn't know what to focus on. It's so good. It's so good, dude. And it talks about how, you know, he's up late doing Spider-Man shit up to the next morning, then he crawls in, and I gotta give respect to the artist. His waves and his fade are fucking on point. If you don't know what that is, see these? That's waves. So at some point, Miles has been rocking a wave cap. And this fade, god, this Miles, he goes to the barbershop. And I feel like that's an issue I had with all the other Mileses that I didn't know I had. This Miles, he's into the barbershop. He's doing work. It's sick. So you see he's basically running himself ragged, trying to keep up with everything. He's late to class again. Respect these fucking waves. I don't even care if the artist just found a picture of a black person with waves, put a filter on it, edited it in. Fucking respect that shit. Because he's a millionaire now. Miles Morales is straight up, he's a hot property. And this Miles, he's got a girlfriend. Look at this girl. I feel like all the other Miles, super young, didn't know how to talk to girls. This is what this Miles is picking up, you know what I'm saying? We get some more stuff. He's flying around. He's like, I'm confused about the world. I'm Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and I've never been more sure of my power. But I've never been more confused about my responsibility. See, he's figuring things out. He's hanging out with the girl. We get some cool shit with some robots. I just got to show this. He runs to the Rhino. Look at this shit. This Rhino is absolutely fucking massive. And they get into a fight a little bit, but they're not actually fighting. Rhino's trying to chase some people who stole some kids or something. Spider-Man's getting into his way. They have a little bit of a row. Gets fucking electrocuted. Bing, bang, boom. I skipped a lot. The writing in this is spectacular, especially the dialogue. Like, I buy the dialogue. I feel like a lot of Marvel comics, I just like the dialogue. I'm not sold on it as being teenagers, but this shit, this is like... I'm just, like, in awe of how good it is. I almost immediately want to put it on my pull list, but this shit's dangerous. This shit's too real. So this is just, like, read this. Read this any way you can. It's totally worth it. Respect the waves. Respect the fade.